Welcome to event 2 of the Racing Olympics. A new track faces our two competitors today. A long hill to a swirling bunch of curves here. And then finishing it out with a nice straightaway. See the torch of the Racing Olympics burning there, as these cars all ready themselves up. A new set of 32 cars. They started off today, Italy and Colombia. Kick things off in round 1 as they head up to the curves here. It's hard to tell which car's really in front coming through these curves. They look neck and neck. Italy getting hung up there, and it's going to be Colombia. Got hung up there on the curve, and it's going to be Colombia. Definitely a slightly shorter track than the previous. We'll have to see how these cars do. Let's take a look at Russia and the USA for the second race. Heading around the curves here. Who's going to take the victory? Certainly looks like USA out in front there on the left, and it's going to turn in their way. USA will be seen in the next round. Russia not so lucky. Tried to put on a burst of speed at the end, but the straightaway was too little too short. USA will grab that victory. To race 3, Brazil, Canada. Going down the track here. Brazil looks like he's out in front into the curves here. Around and around they go. Canada lagging behind, losing some distance on the curves. As they curve through the final curve, it's going to be Brazil. By quite a distance. Certainly being fast on those triple turns, that spiral section is so important if you want to win the race. Puerto Rico and Switzerland, the next race here. On the ramp they go. See Switzerland on the right spiral there, losing some ground. Actually, I think we're going to see Puerto Rico take back this victory at the end, and he will by a couple of car lengths. What a finish. We have Japan and Uruguay here. For the next race, Uruguay getting out in front here as we head to the spirals. Will the curves give him any trouble? Right now he holds the lead. Japan trying to catch up. It's not looking like it's working out. And Uruguay is going to cross out in front. Not the kind of finish Japan was hoping for. But Uruguay certainly happy to move on. Ecuador and the Netherlands. Very odd-shaped body for the Netherlands car. How will that perform on the spiral part? Lagging behind a little bit, the Netherlands already. Trying to make up the ground here on the spiral. Is it going to work? Only a car length behind. Burst of speed at the end, but it's not enough. The Netherlands will not advance. Even with that odd-looking car body, which certainly did not help. Turkey and the Philippines. Philippines holding that lead through the spiral curves here. No ground gained by Turkey. The final stretch, a burst of speed, but it's not enough again. And the Philippines will move on. Tried to keep pace, but it just was not enough. UK and Nicaragua. Nicaragua, that yellow car on the left, already getting out to a lead down that first hill. Heading into the spiral. How will that look for the UK? This is the time to make up the ground. A couple car lengths behind, and it looks like it will stay that way. And the UK will not advance. Strong performance from Nicaragua here. Indonesia and Peru. Indonesia holding the lead by a tiny bit into the first curves here, but they are close to neck and neck here. It's hard to tell who's going to come out victorious. Peru getting hesitant on that final part of the spiral, and that's not going to turn in his favor. get hesitant at the final spiral. Definitely the track is difficult there. You gotta be careful. China and India. China falling behind, but now back on top. Neck and neck, they look through the spirals. India trying to keep pace, out in front still. Little burst of speed, and it will be China across the line first in lane 2. Good performance from China. Mexico and France. They head down the track here, up to the hill, to the spiral. How will they look coming around the curves here? Neck and neck here through to the end. Who's going to grab the victory? And I believe that will be Mexico. Yes, it is Mexico. Wow. It was so close, it was hard to tell. But France will move on. Guatemala and Australia. Heading down the track. Taking a look at these two up here. Is it Guatemala coming out of the track first? Yes, it is. And Guatemala will cross in front in lane 1. Solid finish. Malaysia, Singapore. Singapore on the left, Malaysia here on the right. Sleek looking car bodies, trying to keep pace with each other. Looks like Malaysia's falling behind, a burst of speed at the end, but it's not enough. And in lane 2. Singapore will advance. Chile, South Africa. South Africa, nice looking black and white car body. There's a spoiler on the back. How would that look here through the curves? Looks like South Africa out into another speedy finish. Cross the line, and South Africa will take the victory. South Africa we saw in the last event performing very, very well. He's now showing his speed here. The other rounds will have to decide how that turns out. Korea, Argentina. Up to the curve here. Which car will stay out in front? Out onto the track here. Korea out in front across the line. And it's going to be Korea by a long shot. Very quick to those spiral curves. That's what made the difference. The agility was exceptional. What about Spain and Thailand? Take a look here. As they go neck and neck into the spirals. Spain lagging behind a tiny bit. Who's going to come out on top here? Looks like it's going to be Thailand. Just kind of sitting there right at the end of the finish line. No need to exert any more energy. And we'll see him in the next round as well. And we've got it narrowed down to 16 countries. In the next round here, the Racing Olympics. Who will make it to the quarterfinals? 16 narrowed down to 8 in the quarterfinals. 8 then narrowed down to 4 in the semis. We'll have to see who will take that. USA across the line going to take the first victory here. Strong performance. Indonesia, Ecuador. Which one will advance to the quarterfinals? Indonesia, fast out of the gate through the curve here. Keeping pace. Ecuador trying to keep up through the curves. Looks like he has a good opportunity to. No, but he hesitates in the last spiral, and it's going to be Indonesia. Not the kind of finish Ecuador is looking for, but you could see him hesitating, bumping off the sides there in that last curve. And that's not going to turn out very well. Mexico, Brazil. heading up to the spiral here. Neck and neck here. Mexico around the final curve, down to the finish line. No, it's not going to be Mexico. Take a look at this replay. Mexico just not very fast on the track. Very wobbly in the track as well. That's going to cost him some space. We got Uruguay. We got Singapore. Facing off here. We head to the spiral here for the first time. Uruguay lagging behind. Singapore in the lead. The burst of speed is not enough from Uruguay. It will not turn in his favor this time. Singapore again very fast through the spiral part of the track. Guatemala and the Philippines. On the track here, Guatemala on the right, Philippines on the left. Into the spiral. Philippines in the lead around the final spiral curve, and he's going to hold that victory through to the end. You will see him in those quarterfinals. A bit of hesitation from him, but it was not enough to cost him any of the lead. Puerto Rico, South Africa. Two very fast competitors, but who's going to have the edge here? Right now, Puerto Rico with the edge going into the first spiral here. South Africa trying to keep up through the spirals. Looks like a neck-and-neck race. If they come out fast here, South Africa, a little bit of hesitation, and that will cost them by a car length. You see a little bit of that hesitation coming around the final curve. Not very smooth. And South Africa will not advance. We have Thailand, we have Korea. Heading down the track. Here they go. Who's going to have the victory here at the final? It's neck and neck. Korea out in front, but it will stay Korea. The speed did not come when it needed to come from Thailand. So you will see Korea in the quarterfinals as well. Colombia, Nicaragua. Red and yellow. Nicaragua already out to a good start. Heading a car length ahead through into the spirals. Holding that lead. Not a burst of speed from Colombia, and Nicaragua is going to easily take that. See them coming down here. Too much space for any sort of comeback here from Colombia. Races are made and broken within that spiral curve part. 8 cars left into the quarterfinals. Here we go. Take a look at Indonesia versus Singapore here. Red and green. Who's going to edge them out for the semifinals? Indonesia on the right lane again from their perspective. Indonesia out in front through to the end. Yes! Going to hold that victory over Singapore. And Singapore journey will end here in the quarterfinals. USA, Puerto Rico. USA lagging behind here into the first curve. Puerto Rico out in front. Will he hold that lead to the end? It looks like by a long shot he will. USA comes up a little bit short. Yeah, Puerto Rico over the line. Way ahead of USA there. Definitely a competitor to look out for here towards the end. Nicaragua, Brazil. Down the track they go. Nicaragua. Round spiral on the right side here. Out in front of Brazil. Will Brazil be able to make up the ground here at the end? No, they stay both the same speed into the end. Nicaragua is going to advance. Last race of the quarterfinals. Philippines, Korea. Philippines holding that lead here for the first turn. Korea falling behind. Not looking like a good race for him. Will he gain the speed necessary at the end? Look at them neck and neck. Korea trying to put the speed on. Can't. And the Philippines is going to hold through. and take the last position open in the semifinals. Look at that, 4 cars left. Indonesia, Puerto Rico, Nicaragua, the Philippines. Who will take event 2 of the Racing Olympics? The semifinals will decide the 2 that will face off for that title, for the gold medal. Nicaragua and Puerto Rico to get things started here. Up here to the first set of curves. Nicaragua, neck and neck with Puerto Rico, out onto the track. Puerto Rico, a burst of speed to the final curve. And it's easily going to be Puerto Rico. Wow. Philippines, Indonesia. To end things here in the semifinals, which one will make it to the end? Philippines. Around that curve on the right side. Looks like he's out in front again. Indonesia trying to catch up. Very close here at the end, but the Philippines is going to pull it through. Holding on to that lead by 1 car length. Indonesia with a lot of speed, but not enough to face off against the Philippines. We have our finalists sorted out here. Race for the gold and the silver. Puerto Rico, Philippines. Who will take the gold medal in this event? As they head to the curves, it looks like Philippines is out into the lead. Puerto Rico had it at the beginning, but is losing it now. Through the final curve, Philippines way out in front across the line, and the Philippines will take the gold medal here in event 2. A tough finish for Puerto Rico, who had some trouble in the curves. Not very fast. Oh, but it's a 2 out of 3. Don't forget about that switch up there. And you will see the Philippines out in front again, though. And it looks like no matter what, the Philippines across the line. It doesn't matter. The extra race made no difference. The Philippines win again, taking the gold medal. And now we have the race for the bronze medal. Indonesia and Nicaragua. Who will take the bronze? Now on the curves here, Indonesia out in front. Looks like Indonesia all the way. Nicaragua not fast enough to win this race. Do not have the agility necessary through the curves. Indonesia just very fast out there. Deserves that bronze medal. Let's take a look at the second race. Nicaragua out there trying to push a victory here. Trying to keep up with Indonesia. Looks closer this time, but will he be faster or the end? No, and Indonesia with 2 races, a sweep here, is going to easily grab that victory. Taking the bronze medal here in event 2 of the Racing Olympics. Philippines, gold. Puerto Rico, silver, and Indonesia, the bronze. That will be the end of event 2. Take a look at these cars on the podium. Very proud to support and represent their countries with these victories. Philippines now have 1 medal. Puerto Rico 1 silver and Indonesia 1 bronze. As the points are given out here. Now will be the end. We will see you next week for event 3 of the Racing Olympics.
enough of this fever. I know nothing would remain, and you don't wanna go. So go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always.